Good morning, YouTube. All right, so just bear with me a moment. I need to get this stream live on our website, thebarcelonatrader.com. Almost there. Okay. Looks like we've managed that. Okay, let me just kind of go through some of the basics here for this stream. If you're new, I'm Mike McCready, aka the Barcelona Trader. I'm joined here in the mornings usually by my trading partner and mentor, Tono Miakoda. I'm not sure if he's going to show up here in a few minutes or if he's going to come in later when we get closer to today's economic news at 8:30 a.m. We trade gold for a living, and we teach the exact same system that we use publicly and for free. You'll find everything at thebarcelonatrader.com, the full trading course, which is free, the daily streams, the tools we use. And yes, there are a couple of things that we do offer for sale, such as our Zoom Room membership, which is now open, and Gold GPT, our AI coach, which is in limited beta right now, and there's a wait list. You can go to thebarcelonatrader.com and add yourself to that wait list. These streams are still technically in beta, so you'll catch a glitch or two. We haven't really figured out our look and our feel here of the screen. We're working on that. But if you're ready to take this seriously, we're glad that you found us. And with that, we'll get into the pre-session briefing in just a moment. I want to kind of get things fully set up here. I don't have all of my charts exactly the way I like them. There we go. I've got a couple of charts now. We'll go through, the other charts as I'm flipping through them here, discuss, where we are on the chart and what each of these things mean. Just want to make sure they're set up. Get my MT4 running over here. Okay, and our session briefing, which is here. All right, to make sure everything else is up and running the way that it should be, let me turn the music down just a little bit. It feels a little bit loud in my headphones. Okay, well, hopefully you were able to hear everything I said previously over the music. Okay, so what do we have here? Overnight and pre-open market drivers. Gold held near 3-week highs around 33.60. We're at 33.68 right now, 33.68 on futures. On spot gold, we are at 33.59, so that's about right. As escalating tariff threats, including 30% duties on the EU and Mexico and 100% tariffs on Russia, reignited safe haven demand. Trump's arms deal for Ukraine and warnings against Russia brought geopolitical pressure, underpinning gold quietly. The dollar's sideways, yields have been flat, suggesting traders are cautious ahead of today's critical U.S. CPI release at 8:30 p.m. CPI is the Consumer Price Index, which is a measure of inflation that consumers pay. That will be released at 8:30 today, and that will likely give us a direction in the market. Until then, things might be slightly subdued, if not completely subdued, presenting no real good trading opportunities for the way that we trade. Earnings focus, big bank reports, JPM, Citi, Wells, they hit today, earnings reports from the big banks. Okay, the rest of the day is about inflation's reaction and function. All right, so let's look here. technicals and the 10-second hustle. So this is for futures, although the prices we're giving here are on the spot chart, and I'll explain the difference in just a moment. Pre-opening range, 33.55 to 33.65. That's right where we are. Sit idle unless breakout forms. That's what I just said. Upside trigger could be 33.68.5. Clean break plus volume, we would target 33.80. Okay, so this is what our AI tool is telling us about the market, and that might be exactly right. Sometimes it's spot on. It looks like 33.68 is right where last week's high was. We broke above last week's high yesterday briefly, a couple of times, but price mostly stayed below last week's high. But it looks like we're getting close to that again. If we go over, if we go over here to the 5-minute spot chart, spot gold being different from futures. This thick yellow line right up here is last week's high of the week. Right, so you can see that we've gotten close to that again here today, but we haven't pushed up above it. Our AI tool is telling us, Gold GPT is telling us that just above 33.68 is where we might see a clean break up to 33.80 or so. So we'll see if that actually is true. I think we have the DM4 here, which is where buyers typically take profit. So about 33.76, I would expect a bounce. I would expect a little bit of resistance here at the bear volume at 33.71.5 or so. So let's kind of see how that shapes up as we move forward. Okay, back to the daily brief or the pre-session brief. Retail traders are moderately long. Let's see if that's true right now. Here on FX Trend, we have retail traders about 56% long, 44% short. So that is where we are. Institutions are cautious with eyes locked on CPI, not committing ahead of print. So we won't see any big institutional moves before 8:30. And algorithms are watching that 33.68.5. So yes, just above last week's high. First clear break will trigger acceleration. I don't know about that. We'll see. We do see that above 33.55. We hit 33.55 about right. I guess that was about right here, right? 33.55, 33.56, we saw it kind of push up. So maybe if we get back down here again, we'll see another push up. Probably won't be tradable though. There is a pivot right here that price just passed over. What pivot is that? That is the DM3. The DM3 is right there. So price has bounced off of it twice, once here and once here. Looks like this time it's pushing through it. If we come down here and bounce, comes back up, that what previously was support might become resistance. So I wouldn't necessarily be trading that up smoothly anyway. Okay, so let's see, we got to fix our number convention there. Okay, 7:15 to 8:15, flat unless breakout occurs. Yeah, that's what I just said. Post CPI moves, 33.68.5, long to 33.80. Yep, below 33.55, short to 33.40. Okay. All right, so that's our pre-session briefing. Okay, so here we are. This is the 10-second futures chart. Futures and gold tend to move in tandem, just at different prices. We trade them a bit differently. Tono trades the spot gold. Hang on, where is my Zoom? There we are. Okay, I'm going to minimize that. Move this over here. Okay. So on spot gold, when a trade goes against us, if it goes against us too far, we like to hedge, which means placing a trade in the opposite direction and then waiting for price to come back around and let us out of the hedge and eventually let us out of the original position, hopefully with profit. We don't trade futures that way. Futures is not a decentralized market like the spot gold market is. It is a centralized market and subject to regulations in the US that do not allow for hedging. So we use stop losses. In my case, I use a manual stop. I don't preset a stop loss. The reason for that is, and it's not that I advocate not presetting stop losses, but I copy trade multiple accounts. My copy trader doesn't let me put a stop loss in, so I am left to rely on my discipline and mental and emotional fortitude to trigger my stop losses manually, which is not always easy. All right, I'm just pulling up a sheet on my Evernote where I journal manually during the session. I use my handwriting. Both is just something I like to do. Makes it kind of faster for me, and I don't have to switch between screens and do typing. And I also observe my handwriting while I'm trading. If it's sloppy, it's a insight into how I'm feeling, jittery, anxious, nervous, and that informs how I trade or whether I continue trading some days. So it is 7:28, and writing down that my New York session begins. And initially, handwriting is okay. All right. So we know where we are. We know what we're looking for. It's probably just going to be a little bit of wait and see. As I said, I don't know if I'm expecting my trading partner to come in around now. He usually shows up around 7:30, but last night mentioned that he might not be joining us until it gets closer to time for the news. Because as we've said, probably not much is going to happen on this chart, probably not many trading opportunities between now and when the news drops at 8:30. Okay. All right, if you're curious about the indicators that I use, why my screen looks the way it does, you can go to the barcelonatrader.com and just scroll down to the search bar for the blog and type in the word indicator, and a blog post should come up that talks about the indicators that I use and why. All right, I need to just catch up on a couple of things I'm trying to read here to get my, get myself in the right time, in the right mindset. So good to go quiet for a couple minutes here while I do that. It's important, extremely important to be in the right mindset when you're trading. Okay.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, Tono.
How you doing, man?
All right. All right.
Let's
Just
make
getting
some money.
started. Let's make some money. I don't think we're going to make any money before 8:30, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Let's
What
see.
we got here.
Let's see, price is kind of hitting up against the DM3 here. It's actually poked below the DM3, but it's bounced a few times from this level. Actually, the place where it bounces from is the previous day point of control, right at 33.57.
Okay.
And on the top side, it's been bouncing off of the DR1, and or right above that at 33.65, we have the previous day value area high. So it's actually kind of ranging between the point of control and the value area high.
Okay. So what is that? 58, 5, 6, 1, 2. Like a 5-pip zone that we can probably trade in.
57 to 65. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've got the WM3 in the middle there that's kind of jamming things up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it's moving through it, but it gets choppy around the WM3. The WM3 also happens to be the Sunday open. Might be breaking below. I mean, Kind of doubt it because it's bounced from here before, but if it breaks below the swing low here on the 1 minute, we might have some downward room to trade. Support here on the
56.
there's a support here on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute Hakanashi.
Oh yeah.
But if it breaks through,
The news should push it through one way or the other.
yeah, it might be trying to push through now. There's a significant volume in the market for this time of day. Looks like it's coming back up. No, maybe not. Dollar's rising.
At least the currency strength is reading correctly today.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see this big support we've got on the daily pivot as well.
Yeah. Seems like it's trying to break through that though.
Yeah. Do you hear the hum of my air conditioner?
No.
Okay.
Trying to get through that little support area
Yeah.
on the 3 charts, but it's trying.
Yeah. If it does, I mean, I don't know. It could be a fake out too once it gets through
Yeah,
there,
that's
but
true.
but I can, if I get in, and it turns out it's a fake out, I'll just get out really quickly. Just gonna try again.
Oh yeah.
There goes. Took 100.
Nice.
I heard you get in. Did you take anything?
Yeah, I'm stuck in. My mouse is acting up again.
Oh man.
There's a delay again for some reason. I can't I don't know if it's Zoom doing causing it, but or
Yeah.
it's just a bad something's wrong with this PC. The minute I get into a trade, everything freezes up.
Right. Uh.
Like you know how you can go over to your chart and expand it and bring it down?
Yeah.
I can't. Look at that shit. Now I'm $100 negative. I think it'll come back down though. They just hitting stop losses right now.
Yeah.
I'll give it a second.
As long as it doesn't break the resistance where it came down from here, right?
Yeah. If it breaks 58, then I'm screwed. I'll have to get out. Bring it out with a little loss. Well, 58, it's a DM3. So see if that rejects it.
Yeah. I have the DM3 at 58.99, so basically 59
Yeah,
on
I got
my end.
58.83.
Yeah, okay.
It did reject it, but not enough. I don't know what the hell this like latency is, man. It's driving
Yeah,
me crazy.
I'm concerned about your system. I think you need to get it taken in for a serious virus overhaul or just get a
Yeah,
new one.
makes no sense.
And all of your virus software is up to date?
Yeah,
Just a
everything.
dumb
I keep
question.
all my updates. All the updates are there. Like the computer updates are all square,
Yeah,
and it was
that's
working
weird.
fine before I got on Zoom. Zoom shouldn't cause this kind of latency.
No, no.
It's amazing how these pivots can keep you out of trouble, man.
Yeah,
Like I was almost $278 negative,
yeah.
ready to get out, take the loss. I looked over and saw the DM3. It's held it. Now, now I'm well, $20 negative a second. Now I'm $70 negative.
It's coming down, pointing
Yeah,
back down.
just holding it save you some money.
Yeah. Now, what would you do here if it starts coming back up? Would you say, "Oh, just wait and see if the DM3 holds it again," or would you get out with like the 70 or the 100 or $120 loss?
Well, if it gets back down to 20, I'll probably just take the $20 loss. You know what I mean? It's at
Hmm.
20 now.
Right, but because it's heading down, you don't
Right.
want to, or
I'm just gonna hold it.
right. But if it heads back up, what would you do?
Well, I think we're still on a downtrend, so I would probably just hold it again. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
Because it doesn't look like it's reversing yet.
Yeah,
You know, like if it gets back down to $20, I'll probably just get out and just make that up as opposed to waiting for it to go all the way back up and come all the way back down again.
right, right. Yeah, I think that's what I struggle with. Like it'll come down to, if I just did what you did, it'll
Hmm.
come down to $20 negative and I should just get out, but then it starts going back up and then pretty soon it's $80 negative and then I'm like, oh, I'll just hold it a little while longer. And then
Right.
I get myself in trouble. I should just
And
get
then you're
out.
300 and something dollars negative again.
Yeah, and I should just get out. Take at $20 negative, I'm not going to get out because I think it's still going to come around and give me something. But
Right.
as soon as it turns around and it's like $80 negative, then I just get out. Get out. Don't wait for it to do the whole
Yeah,
dance
so I'm
again.
out with $20 negative as opposed to, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah. Good. That's what I would do too now at
So,
this stage.
so I took a negative trade of $20 just to get out and just to be clean. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep. Yep.
Because the thing is this, if it goes back up, then look at I could have kept it. If it
Right.
goes back up, when it starts to come back down, like I'm thinking it's a downtrend, I could have taken that second trade back down
Right.
and
Right.
made that to $300. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed to
Exactly.
just holding it and trying to make money on the bad trade that was bad,
Right. Right.
you know?
Yep.
See, right now it would have been uh $200 negative again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to just $20 out clean. Minutes for the 8 o'clock candle.
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes for the 8 o'clock candle. Might be coming down to the daily pivot here, and we got 2 minutes for the 8 o'clock candle.
Hmm.
Let's look here. The daily pivot is at 33.52.92, so 33.53. It's only 2 pips, and there's a bull volume in between where we are and the daily pivot on the 1 minute chart. So I think regardless of what happens, I'd sit that out. Well, I guess real volume could push through it, but I'm not going to take that. One minute. There it is.
Yep.
So that wick on the 1 minute went right down to the bowl volume.
Mm-hmm.
Renovate likes to log me out every once in a while.
Tradervate?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about.
You're gonna sell on spot,
No,
I
not
see.
yet.
On spot.
Huh?
On spot, you're gonna
Yeah, I'll
sell.
spot them in a cell. I think Spot can handle it. This can't.
Yeah, yeah.
Like juggling apples and oranges.
Yeah.
I have to like use two different brains. Most of the time, I don't even realize I'm doing it.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, it's pissing me off now.
That's coming up on the pivot, on the daily pivot.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot there was a daily pivot. Fuck. Maybe I'll just get out of this. Yeah, I'll get out. Let it break the pivot. I'll get back in.
So last night there was we got about 3 inches of rain in just a couple of hours, and the subways were just flooding. You know,
Wow.
the stairwells just turned into waterfalls.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my wife's like, you hear all of that? I said, I don't hear what I hear what? I don't it's not raining. She said it's not raining, but man, it sounds like it's like a thunderstorm, but there's no rain coming. I
Oh
said,
wow.
Mike was mentioning he got a lot of rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was this beautiful townhouse community that was being developed down here.
Mhm.
Had like supposed to be about 80 townhouses. They had put up the first um maybe 10.
Mhm.
Maybe yeah, about 8 or 10. Are we breaking a pivot? Not yet. My wife and I going to buy one as an investment because it's hard to get stuff down here.
Yeah.
And we were the first people. I said, listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll rent the townhouse with an option to buy it because I want to see you complete half. I want to see some. I don't want to be the first person buying, basically, right?
Hmm.
Because builders go out of business all the time,
Right.
and I'm
Oh,
stuck with it.
we're breaking. We're breaking.
Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Oh wait, we got another support here on the 1 minute though. And we're entering this kind of gray zone on the 5 minute and the 15 minute Hakanashi.
Yeah, I can live with that. I just can't live with the we're still on the daily pivot too tight.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. So you said you want to rent it and you want to see them sell more units.
Yes, so I said I'll rent it with an option, but I want to be able to lease it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm buying it for as an investment property. So the landlord was like, but it's brand new and blah blah blah. I said, I don't give a shit. I said, you want to get somebody in, but who's gonna pull the trigger on this. So
Right.
he said, all right, all right, all right, no problem, no problem. So we signed a contract that I'll buy it with the lease with the option to purchase it within like 24 months
Hmm.
with a specific price. And months into it, I start to see that nobody else he's not building,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's the same unit. So he built like the first row,
Yeah.
basically with like 6 units, and then he built a second row that was there with 4 units, but they weren't completed on the inside. They
Hmm.
were just shells. So I said, I talked to the real estate agent that did the transaction for us. I said, what's the deal? She said, I think he's got problems. I said, oh shit.
Uh,
Right? I said, I'm
yeah.
so glad I didn't just fucking bite the bullet on it, right?
Uh-huh.
So a year into it, I leased it out to a nice couple. So they basically covering most of the expenses on it, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And they called me up and said, look, we got a problem. I said, what's the problem? They said, he's not selling the units, he's renting all the units that were completed that he's supposed to be selling.
Yeah.
So I contacted, what's going on? He said, oh, no, 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 everything's good. They're going to do the same thing you're doing. I said, that don't make sense. You know what I mean? Why would you do the same thing you did with me when you're supposed to be selling these units? So long story short, the guy is in foreclosure
Ooh.
and all the units are being foreclosed on, including mine, right?
Yeah.
So I say to the guy, I see the value in this because it's sure property, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, well, how much do you fucking owe the bank, man? Right?
Uh-huh.
And I look at the foreclosure papers, I see that he owes $3 million to the bank, which was nothing compared to what this value is, right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, look, let me call my guy Hercules. Me and him will put $3 million together. We'll come in as partners with you, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, no, no. I got millionaire partners. I got millionaire partners. We don't need the money. We're just trying to get a better deal with the bank. I was like, all right. Long story short, he loses the fucking property,
Oh no.
and it went up for auction in the sheriff's sale.
Yeah.
So I went to the sheriff's sale with my friend Hercules to buy it,
Oh wow.
and we offered the 3 million that they owed, and the bank rejected it.
Really?
The bank came in with a bigger, when the bank owns it, but they got to still put it up for sale, right?
Yeah.
They bought it back for like 5 million. Bought it
Oh
from
wow.
themselves for some stupid shit.
Yeah, 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 I get that.
So
So they can, yeah, because they see the value in it too.
they
They
see the
see,
value in it too, exactly.
yeah,
So we was like, what a stupid asshole. You know what I mean? The guy,
right.
if he didn't have the money, we could have done something. It had like enough for 54 units. The
Uh-huh.
money was just unbelievable.
Wow.
It was like unfucking believable.
I wonder why he didn't come back to you just before he was losing it.
Because there was a middle person, which was a realtor, who
Uh-huh.
who put it all together for us. And what she was saying was he actually believed that he had the bank by the balls because he owned the land that the
Oh,
property was on, right?
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But in reality, once you take a mortgage, the bank owns that too.
Right. Yep.
You understand what I mean? So
Yeah. Yep.
he he thought, I don't know what he was thinking. It didn't make sense. Anybody with a brain would have known that you're going to fuck around and lose the property once it goes into foreclosure.
Right.
And he actually really thought that he had something, you know.
Wow.
And I said, why don't you just sell it? Why don't you just take us on or sell it to us? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If you knew, no, I'm still suing the bank. I'm like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, what a fucking idiot. But the point what made me think of it was that when it floods down here,
Hmm.
that area is like a foot or two underwater. When the water
Oh,
comes down that hard,
wow.
like not where the townhouse is, but that the surrounding areas, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So what happens is all of the land that the townhouses were being built on,
Yeah.
the all the people that lived in the area would drive their cars and park it on the land that the houses weren't built on yet because it was high enough not for the flood. So,
Yeah. Wow.
so I was like, what's gonna happen when this completed? You know what I mean? They got nowhere to put their cars.
Right. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the problem is that's seawater. It's not like rainwater
right.
because the
Yeah.
rainwater comes down, floods the canals
Uh-huh.
that lead out to the ocean with the salt. So it's
Yeah.
bad,
And
you
then you
know.
get backwash. Right.
Then
Exactly.
it gets
Yeah.
backwash, exactly.
Wow. Wow.
But you had to see they were beautiful townhouses, man. I was like, wow, you know, it
Hmm.
was about $395,000, but within a few years, they would have been worth double that, you know.
Right. Right. So what happens now with your tenants and your contract to buy it?
Well, as soon as it went into foreclosure, the the tenant's lease was up. My
Oh,
contract was dead because I didn't buy it. You know what I
right.
mean?
Right.
I could have like held it and said I'm sticking to my contract because you stepped into his shoes, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But at that point, it became too iffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could have been
Yeah.
holding it for 5 or 6 years if the bank decided not to build on it and just waited for the property value to increase,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
build on it. Then they would have been building 500,000, $600,000 townhouses, and this is not the community for it all. The only people that were renting it came out of New York.
Uh-huh.
They were using it as their summer thing. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of money wouldn't withstand the local market. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're back to the pivot. That's the problem down here. The locals do not like us from New York, people from New York, because we come down here and we buy the homes and we bulldoze them and build nice homes. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And these are people that lived on this water, on the waters for generations.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're getting priced out of their own neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you'll see
That's
a $3 million house, and next to it'll be a $70,000 little bungalow. Then a $3 million house and a $40,000 little bungalow with no heat just for the
uh
summer. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I haven't been down there for a long time. I was down there a few years ago, drove around a little bit. It's a nice area. Nice area.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area down there.
We're
It's
below the
not
pivot now. Maybe not enough, but
not enough. Yeah, we were here before, I think.
not today.
Not today.
Well, the Asia
Uh-oh, here we
session.
go. Here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go.
You in?
Yeah, I think I'm in.
I'm worried I'm too late. I think I gotta sit it out. Good move, Grady. Good move. Now, I'll maybe get in. Let's see. You still in?
I'm still in.
You in profit?
I'm in profit, but it's just not enough to even get out yet.
Yeah.
It just barely doing anything. Maybe I'll just get out and just call it what it is. Yeah, I'm out. I only made $40 on it.
Hey, well, that makes up for your $20 loss earlier
Yeah, it makes up for the $20 loss.
and pays for the fees on both of those trades.
Right.
One minute for the Comex Open.
I think I'm in on this one. Kind of dangerous trading today.
Yeah, it makes been making kind of abrupt moves. Did you get into that?
No, look at my screen. There, no, it just came back. What?
No, it says it's gone down. No, it says it's coming up. No, gee, wow, little whipsaw here.
Yeah, that's whipsawing. This is not good. I'm in now. And just that quick, I was profit and negative.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, on a 5 second chart, that's crazy. I guess
Yeah.
10 seconds kind of the same. That was the Comex Open that did all that.
I did all that.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys.
Hey,
Rock.
Rock.
Let's see, we're right back to the daily pivot, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Rock of Gibraltar.
How you doing?
All right. All right. It's been kind of a lively morning. Some whipsaw movements up and down. No good trading though.
No.
I took $100 early, but I kind of got lucky on it. It was just a swift move down. I got in when it could have been a FOMO entry that would have whipsawed back, but it kept going for me, and I got out with $100 in 9 seconds.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, other than that, it was nothing good happening.
I see a little bit of a wow. It was a steady downward this thing though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
on the
it
15
was
minute,
creeping though.
Yeah,
very choppy,
yeah,
very choppy.
yeah. I could see, yeah, the candles, yeah. Yeah, it's lively.
Yeah. Did you exit Tono?
No, I'm almost $300 negative on it.
Oof.
But it's all right because it's my what do you call it? Elite account.
Elite account. Yeah.
I didn't get in on my Top Step account. Let me just take the loss on that. I didn't really feel it, so I didn't want to put my Top Step account at jeopardy.
Yeah. I have a Top Step account that renewed on the 6th of this month, and I have not traded it, and it's the 15th of this month. I haven't traded it.
You using your Top Step like I use my Elite.
Yeah, I do. I do the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine people waiting on the news.
Yeah. Got news in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me silence the music here and bring up Bloomberg. Turn that down a little bit. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Is the music too loud?
Mhm.
Okay.
Nope, you're good.
Yeah.
It's the countdown to the market open as we bring you the first trades across Europe.
We'll debate the most important stories and what will drive the big investment decisions throughout the morning. I'm Guy Johnson.
I'm Kriti Gupta.
And I'm Anna Edwards. Join us every weekday morning for the opening trade, live at 7 a.m. here in London.
Only on Bloomberg. Context changes everything.
1 minute for the news.
Asia is at the forefront of some of the world's biggest stories.
And we're here, where the action starts in Sydney.
And in Tokyo, get ahead as the global trading day begins.
The Asia Trade, weekdays only on Bloomberg.
It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We'll show you what's happening in ETFs like no one else. ETF IQ, only on Bloomberg.
I'm David Weston. Join me for the next generation of Wall Street Week, telling stories of capitalism from business, markets, economics, tech, and climate. Each week, we'll go on the road for a look at what lies behind the headlines of today and what will likely be the headlines tomorrow.
Above all else, it's a mission.
It's done nothing but grow immensely. To me, that's an extraordinary sign.
We can be the change that we want to see.
Watch the all-new Wall Street Week. More than what you need to know, it's what you need to think about.
2, 1, news. Whoa, look at that. Shot up.
Yeah.
The opening bell is 60 minutes away. We're seconds away from inflation data, which may dictate how we open later on this morning. Equity futures positive by 0.25% on the S&P 500. On the Nasdaq 100, up by 0.5. Turn to the bond market. The scores in fixed income look like this.
Yeah, so far,
30-year yields at the front end
core
of the curve
CPI
high,
down,
2
bad
basis
for
points,
dollar,
3
month over month
With your
as
economic data
expected,
this morning, let's cross
year
over
over
to
year,
Mike McKee.
good for dollar.
Good morning, John. We've got an upside surprise here that kind of makes a little hash of perhaps the Treasury Secretary's claim that inflation hasn't hit yet. CPI comes in up 0.3%. The downside surprise, though, is in the core, up just 0.2%. Both were up a 0.1% last month. Year over year, we go to 2.7%, which is higher than the anticipated 2.6%. It's a 0.3% move up from last month, and the core is at 2.9%. That is what was expected. Last month, it was 2.8%. Let me just quickly mention Empire Manufacturing goes up 22 points to a positive 5.5.
You're a MetaTrader?
Yeah, just for a
July
second, it's
number,
back
one of the
on.
first July numbers we get, and it is the first
So
time
what
it's
I'm
been
seeing
positive
here
since
is
February. Prices paid, though, went up. I'm going to
inflation has gone up more than expected, which means the Fed will not be in a hurry to lower interest rates.
Your headline.
Wow.
First read.
Which means Powell was right.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Right.
In America, 5 consecutive months. All the talk of higher prices, just not coming through. Not yet, you might say, but it's not here this morning, not at the headline, and not in core. Core CPI, 0.2%. The expectation in our survey, the estimate, 0.3. The previous month, 0.1. In the equity market, we like it. We're up by 0.5% on the S&P 500. And in the
Looks
bond
like
market,
the
fixed
direction is
income
going to be
likes it
down,
too.
though.
Check out treasuries. Yields lower
overall.
at the front end
Once
and the
it
long
settles.
end. On a 10-year, we're down by 3 basis points. Bramo,
Back on the
439.
If people
daily
were
pivot.
expecting to see some sort of runaway inflation on the heels of tariffs, they didn't see it in this report, particularly, as you said, with core ex-food and energy coming in softer than expected, 0.2% versus the expectation for 0.3%. You could see the yields coming in on the heels of that. Now the question is, how much does this really change people's outlook going forward of whether we will see those implications, or whether this actually does give you a sense of how people are adapting and adjusting?
We'll come back to Mike McKee in just a moment. I want to bring in Neil Dutta of Renaissance Macro. Neil, welcome to the program, sir. That's not 4, it's 5. Why is that signal and not noise?
Well, I mean, I think, look, we're obviously tariff revenues are going up, right? And the effective tariff rate is rising. That was the case in June. And despite that, inflation missed expectations. So that means that, I mean, tariffs increase costs. We all know that. Who ends up bearing the cost is where the debate is. And, you know, I think at the margin, this probably reflects more of a margin squeeze than anything else. It's not like prices for core goods aren't going up. They are. But you have, you know, I mean, I was just looking at the data. You see big increases in appliances. You see big increases in all sorts of household furnishing and supplies. But it's also important to remember that service sector inflation, service sector prices represents the lion's share of what people spend their money on, and prices in those areas continue to go down. You know, ultimately, it's going to come down to nominal dollars spent, right? So to the extent that people shift more of their household budgets towards goods because the prices of those things are going up, less left over to spend elsewhere, and that means that services are at risk, and that's why they'll ultimately see the prices for those things coming down. So that to me seems to be what's going on. The nominal anchor isn't changing. Tariffs are resulting in a relative price shift. That's pushing up the prices for consumer goods. That is clear. If you look at the data, that's obvious. Look at household furnishings in the latest report. But services are providing an important offset.
Neil, is that a good enough reason for 2 Fed governors on the FOMC later on this month to stick their hand up and say, I think we should cut rates?
I mean, I don't think they'll be as noisy about it in July, only because, you know, the last employment report gave them some calm, right, because the unemployment rate went down. But, you know, ultimately, you know, for me, it's about, you know, what is nominal income doing? When you take like the sum product of jobs, hours, and earnings, and you look at it over the last several months, it doesn't look particularly encouraging. At the same time, you've seen the work week decline, particularly in the areas that are seeing the most robust jobs growth, like education and health, right? So if you start to see jobs in those areas slow down, what's left? You know, I still continue to have like concerns about the job market over the summer, but that just reinforces this weakness in nominal income that we've seen. So ultimately, you know, it all comes down to like the household budget constraint. And to the extent that prices are rising in one area, that means that quantity is going to go down in other areas.
So, Neil, just to sort of sum up what you've been talking about, I think it's really interesting that you see these numbers as not representing strength in the economy, but a sign of weakness in places like services that is bringing down the overall inflation rate that otherwise is getting inflated by certain goods prices going up, like home appliances. At what point is that weakness necessary to keep inflation low? In other words, not necessarily a reason for the Fed to cut, but to hold where they are so that you can have that offset in a way that doesn't allow inflation to really kick back up.
I mean, I don't think one rate cut's really going to change that in any material way. I mean, the Fed policy is still restrictive. That means they can start and they'd still be restrictive. They don't have to promise like a broad swath of rate cuts. In fact, they're not doing that. So, you know, I don't think a rate cut in July or even one in September is going to materially, you know, change that dynamic.
If you are just joining us, welcome to the programme. Equities high here, the opening bell about 54 minutes away. Moments ago, inflation data in the United States, month over month, headline CPI up from 0.1% the previous month to 0.3%, in line with expectations. But for core CPI, it's another downside surprise, 0.2% against an expectation of 0.3%. It's 5 consecutive months of softer than expected core CPI. Mike McKee's back with us for more. Mike, you've had a second look. What jumps out to you?
Well, I think Neil pointed out the major tariff implications here. We do see a 0.4% rise in apparel overall and a significant rise in footwear, up 0.7%, male footwear in particular. Now, those things come from China. Other things coming.
That was that.
That was that. Okay, let's see if we get a direction here now. If it gets through this bull volume here on the 10-second, then we have a clean run to 33.43, where we have the previous day value area low.
And then it's going to die out on us.
No, I think it's gonna do something.
to sell.
All right. I'm not yet.
Whipsaw it again. 110 profit down to 50 profit.
Ooh. If it ticks down here again, I'll probably get in. We're at a full volume here on the 10-second chart.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm manifesting.
Save your money for the real stuff.
110.
All right, she has to stay here for a couple hours, right?
All right, I'm in. I don't like this.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I'm getting out.
I'm out. I took a $80 loss.
I'm not going to take the loss. Well, maybe I am going to take the loss. Looking at it now. What a weird day.
Yeah,
right back up to the pivot.
Did you get out?
Yeah, I took a loss.
Uh,
So I'm down 260.
I'm up 20.
I should be in profit, but I made a couple of stupid trades.
Story of my life.
I'm up in about $150 in the last two trades.
Man.
What up?
What's good, man? Yep, what?
I said I'm up about 150 in the last two trades.
That's good. On
Nice.
the spot
On the
or futures?
Futures.
Good.
Nice.
I'm also trading XAU too.
I'm trying to trade XAU, but it's not very much
I know.
happening.
It's Mike's fault.
Yep. Yep. If you could just call up your buddy Trump and have him tweet something ridiculous that will move the price one way or the other.
And let us know before you do it.
Right,
Hey,
yeah, exactly. I
hey,
don't care
well, at
which way.
least you'll get a direction.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, fucking ulcers are kicking my ass, man.
Ugh.
It's like, how old are you, Mike?
I'll be 57 in December.
Wait till he hits 60. Shit just get fucked up.
Well, you know, rich 60 is the middle class 38. So, I just got to get rich by then.
Hey, Tono, what you say beating your ass?
My ulcers, I started up these ulcers again from taking ibuprofen for my toe. When I broke my toe, I was taking these, to numb the pain, and they ripped my ulcers open again, man.
When did you break your toe?
About 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I was trading a London session.
Middle of the night.
It was dark and everything was bright because I had my computers on. And when I turned the computers off, I went to walk back to my bedroom. It was pitch black. Couldn't see in front of my hand because of the, my eyes didn't adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into this metal table.
Then you had to go to the hospital. So the hospital diagnosed it broke?
No, what I did was I just figured I hurt my toe, right? I figured I hurt it. So I said, it'll be all right. So after about a week, man, of keeping me up at night, my wife said, you're going to have to go get an x-ray or something. I said, nah. I did another week of keeping me up at night.
Yeah.
Then finally I said, fuck this. I went to the doctor, the x-ray. They said, no, you got a serious break broken in 2 places. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
It's like 10 years ago, it wouldn't have broke 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
And you turned 60 now, ain't you?
I'm 61. Or maybe how old am I? 61 or 62? I don't even know. Let me say.
I don't remember you crossing over to 60, man.
62. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I remember when you were 57.
That really, wow. Yeah, shit is crazy. I was like, oh. It's like a domino effect. You take the ibuprofen to kill the pain, and then you open up something worse. And I'm like, what is going on with me, man? I can't win for health.
Well, that's what just happened to me. I have diverticulitis in my stomach.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
that got inflamed due to me drinking too much caffeine tea, and I got trapped gas beneath my belt. Man, I've been messed up for about 7 weeks now. And so I go to the doctor 3 Sundays ago, and they gave me 3 antibiotics and for my stomach. And then that gave me a yeast infection. I never had a yeast infection in my life.
I didn't know
Now,
men can have yeast infections.
say again?
I didn't know men can have yeast infections.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Hey, man, something you
must
want to tell us?
E-man, you must have a vagina.
Nah, they say they say the antibiotics. I don't know why every male down here knew but me. They was like, yeah, antibiotics will give you a yeast infection.
Nah, man, you got a mangina.
Hey, I tell you what, I got the dick that I was supposed to have. I'm telling you, man, I had all kind of problems, man. I'm swole, I'm everything. Yeah, that's what I posted. That's the one God intended on me to have. Hey.
Yeah. Oh man. We got to stop this talk when Mike is recording.
Yeah.
I just realized he's streaming.
We are on YouTube. We are on YouTube.
Hey, you know, YouTube show people getting murdered and killed, but they won't allow you to say a few little things. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, you don't want to get canceled before you even get started. This is some bullshit. Basically back to the pivot again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought it was about to come on back up. Me by 11 o'clock, it'll be at 60.
Yeah.
Wow, instead of getting out of my trade with an $80 loss, I should have just reversed the trade. Jeez. Yeah, it has not chosen a direction. It's, still within the 1 minute channel.
Yeah.
On the way down, but it's, I thought it was gonna come straight down to the DM2 before it did this little hokey pokey dance.
Right.
Right back to the pivot.
Yeah.
Might need to call this for now till about an hour from now.
Yeah.
Equities open in a half hour, well, 35 minutes, 34 minutes. Yeah, that'll usually move things. I don't know. Something tells me, it seems like we have some data out now. It should pick a direction. What do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow we have core PPI. Producer price index. Another measure of inflation. So I guess maybe since we kind of got borderline data today, maybe they're waiting for confirmation tomorrow.
Probably so.
Retail sales and unemployment on Thursday.
It's moving, but it's just creeping.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes it hard to trade futures with that kind of movement. More of the spot market.
See what I'm up today.
This is my main concern based on all the research I've done of the more AI that actually does the trading, the more it's going to make these kinds of moves that make it
creeping moves
that make it hard to trade, that make it harder and harder to trade for retail scalpers especially. That we'll have to modify the way that we trade. I mean, you always have to modify it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You always have to make small adjustments, but if you make them over time, you don't really notice that you're making them.
You said AI is making this happen. What'd you say, man?
Yeah, if you go to my site, the barcelonatrader.com, and you go down to the blog where you can search and you type in AI, I've written a couple of articles about it, about how, what it's going to be like when all of the big hedge funds and the banks have AIs that are trying to fight each other and figure out, how to fake each other out, and how that's going to affect us. And there are going to be more and more retail traders as well that are using AI bots, and it's going to be AIs against AIs trying to anticipate each other's moves, and it's just there are going to be a lot more fake outs, a lot more like jerky moves, and that's just going to increase as we move forward.
Did anybody else's MetaTrader just turn off and turn back on?
No.
There's the 9 o'clock right there.
Took a sell.
Yep. Took $70.
Nice.
Might get back in. That's not yet. We're at a support here on the daily pivot.
You're going to support on the 1 minute and the 5 minute too.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as I jump out, it shoots up to 50 to the daily pivot.
Back to the pivot.
Yeah, I took very minimal gain on both of them. I've been holding that trade for a minute. I was in that trade before Mike took the sale.
Could have taken that same trade again right there, but I missed it.
It's not worth it, man.
No.
You just skinned it the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. Hitting the support again on the daily pivot.
Yeah.
I will be right back, muchachos.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you think it's going down, it goes up.
Yeah.
But this is also summer trading, man, where it just kind of sucks.
One thing about it though, the summer trading, it seems like it always lets you out your hedge. It never seems to go past 5 pips. You know what I'm saying? And it come right back.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I've made money today and yesterday just off of like 3 pip move, 2 pips. That's it. Now last night I had one set to go all the way to 65, and I couldn't live with myself. I got up in the middle of the night and took it off. But I
you
see
was
I
a
should have
hedge?
left it on. Huh?
It was a hedge?
No, it was an actual trade.
Oh.
I had got in, and I had it going to 65 in the middle of the night, and I just got up, took it off, man. I was like, I can't sleep right. But I would have been right because it went to 65. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't set a take profit with these futures, huh?
With what?
Futures. You can't do no take profit or nothing like that, like settle.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I
You
didn't know
remember
that.
the trade button I showed you yesterday?
Yeah.
When you open up that trade panel, that's where you put your take profit in and your stop loss.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I see the take profit, stop loss.
Yeah. You don't want to do that with futures, though. In other words, you don't want to go to bed and leave futures trade running. It'll be
No,
blown.
you don't.
Yeah.
Right. But I sure wanted to ride it to 65 last night with that too.
You'd have to be pretty lucky for a futures trade that you leave open unattended to work out in your favor.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I done had quite a few of them.
Then you're just lucky. And luck don't count.
That's it. Hey,
if you had quite a few, that means you ain't paying attention to your trading.
Tono, I done looked up and seen 300 a lot of times. $300, man. 400. I was like, yes.
Yeah, but that can go both ways, though. You know what I mean? That's not trading. That's just gambling. If you don't know what trades you got running, that's not a good thing. You know? That's the same that I've been telling you. Say, oh man, they put a trade in on me.
Well, it was
they
kind of
didn't
like
put a trade. You ain't paying attention to your trades.
It was kind of like last night. Like, I had it going to 65. I felt it was going up there, so
Let's
I was
say it
gonna
might
let
be going down now, fellas.
Yeah. Yep. This thing really tricking me.
$70. take that back. It took 80.
Nice.
Not very often you get slipped in the positive direction.
No.
Okay, we're going down again. So this time we're at the value area low right now. That's what this support is. Oh, looks like we're just slipping below it now. Going to the DM2. I'm not taking that too. We're hitting a big blue support on the 1 hour chart. On MT4. And also on the daily pivot. Nice M pattern on the 15-minute chart. Not that we trade patterns, just noting it. See what the dollar's doing. Dollar's still up. Looks like it topped out though about 98.159, coming down a little bit. So you see can you see my screen, Tono?
Yes.
So you see this little rectangle around, this orange rectangle here?
Yeah.
So that's the New York session. That's that indicator we were talking about yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So it starts at 8 and it goes to 11. And so I can just look at that rectangle and see what's been happening this session.
Gotcha.
And then the London session is right here, this green one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is
That's
the
the
Asian one
Asian.
over here. Yeah. Right on.
Okay. Nice.
Wow.
Tono, you still in the HOA? You have a HOA?
Yeah.
So I was just listening to how this woman, they arrested the woman and held her in jail for 7 days because her grass was brown and she had algae on her mailbox because the mailbox is under this big tree. So that's why the grass is dying. And they said she had a dent in her garage door. The dent was about smaller than a golf ball. You couldn't even see the dent from the street. And they said she had a white utility van in her driveway. And the other neighbors had the same van in their driveway. And they locked the woman up. The HOA attorney kept pushing it and told the judge to keep her locked up.
I told you the other day a guy was in my backyard. Didn't I tell you?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you told me. You told me.
Yeah, a guy was in my backyard. I said, "What's up?" He said, "Oh, I'm with the HOA. We're just doing inspections, make sure everybody's house is nice." And like, all right, whatever.
But
At first, I was a little pissed, but then I said, "Yeah, I don't care, man."
I can't stand the HOA stuff.
But isn't an HOA, that would be a civil suit. It's not illegal. They can't throw you in jail for HOA violations.
And that's what they saying. They threw her in jail, bro. And they were saying the same
she
thing.
She did something more than what they
Well,
said.
here's what they said. She kept they said that the judge told, I'm gonna give you a month to get this situated. And if you don't have this situated in a month, I'm gonna have you locked up. And so she said she kept going down there calling about when is the next court date. She said, and they didn't give it to her. And then she got pulled over picking a kid up from school. And the sheriff told her, you have a warrant for your arrest and for failure to appear in court. She said, I've been calling down there and going. They telling me they don't have a court date. Sound like they set the woman up. That's, you know what I'm saying? Sound like that's what they was trying to do. Trying to hide it.
Mike, how do you delete a group on TradeAway?
Yeah, so you go down to manage groups.
Right.
And then you pull down the drop-down menu for your groups. And then in the drop-down menu, if you click on the right side of that, you see there's a little garbage can.
Hold on a second. I'm not seeing it.
So you're in manage groups, so you see where you drag and drop your groups from one side to the, or your accounts from one side to the other. Okay,
right.
And it says group name up on top.
Right.
So click that, and you see a little drop down.
Yeah, but it's just I only have one group.
Yeah, but you'll still see a little drop down if you click right on whatever your group name is.
Oh, I see it now.
And now, if on that drop down, if you go over to the right,
the garbage can.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Okay, we broke through the DM2. Let it do its little dance here. Coming down to the WPP.
Yeah, this is good. I'm in now. I'm making my money back.
Not in yet. I'm gonna let the Renko do its thing here, and I'm gonna get in. 1 minute for the equities open. Back to the DM2.
Yeah.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Things should be going down, but it's going up. Doesn't make sense.
I think it'll come back down. I think it's still reacting to this DM2 though.
Yeah.
Could have stayed in that, but it gave me 100 right away, so I just got out.
Yeah. I'm up $400 now.
You're up $400?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I just made
I
110
thought
on
it was
that.
going to be a horrible day for me because I was down 280.
Yeah.
And I managed to make it back, which is
Nice.
I'm not going to say a skill because this wasn't a good day for me at all. I was just fucking up.
Yeah. Well, when your fuck ups are this good, you should fuck up every day.
Yeah.
Hey, how do I go see my daily profits on this futures?
You should see it right in front of you.
Where are you placing your trades on TradingView?
Yeah, he's on TradingView.
So right here on wait a minute. You should see your account balance and your equity down here in the footer. If you look at my screen, where my mouse is right now, kind of circling around, you see where it says your account balance and your equity.
No, I don't see your screen like that.
You don't see his screen?
Normally it's up on the.
So it's right down. If you see it, it's right down here. Anyway, it should be at the bottom right corner of your screen.
Now I see account balance and equity.
Yeah.
Now, where's my daily? What I made today?
I'm not
You know what I'll do?
sure.
I'm gonna set you up with a TradeOvate account. It's easier to see. Later on today, I'll put a TradeOvate, and you'll trade off a TradeOvate as opposed to
Okay.
TradingView. See, I'll show you a picture.
You know, Mike, how you normally have your screen up?
Yeah.
Where you can see your screen to be like taking over the whole Zoom right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You at the top of your Zoom, you might have a panel. One tab that is my screen and the other tab that is my face.
Right now, I see your face and it's taking over. I see the two little screens in the back. But it's not like, you know how you have your screen like up on it, you know?
Yeah. I'm looking at
That's
YouTube
not
right now, and I see that YouTube is showing it the way that I usually have it. So it has to be something, a tab or something on your end.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're moving down again here.
This thing dropping big.
We're coming right up on the WPP and the MPP, so be careful. We're not just coming up on it, we're on it. It's pushing through, but
34, 22.
This is when you give back all your profits if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, Tono. I started trading this account last night of futures, and right now I'm up $304.80.
Okay.
Well, I guess that is my daily.
Yeah, so you see it then.
Yeah, I guess I ain't had enough trading to decipher on this account here.
But I'll take a picture of mine, show you too.
Yeah, cause see, tomorrow if I put $250 in there, I'm gonna have to keep up with the math. You know what I'm saying? To know what I put in there.
No, let me just shoot you a quick picture. You see the picture I just sent you?
Okay. It's coming. Let it come through. And it ain't came through yet.
We did?
Mm-mm.
It's sent on my side.
Well, this keeps coming down. Right now we're at 35. If it gets down to 28, get out of that bottom hedge maybe.
Yeah, but you gotta wait. Make sure it's not wait for the
Coming back
turn.
up. Yeah.
All right, just came through.
You see how the 400 is right in front of your face?
Yeah, mine ain't none of that.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, Mike, that carries over to the next session, doesn't it? The P&L.
No, not on TradeOvate. TradeOvate calculates, I think, hang on just a second, let me think about this a second. Tradevate calculates days like like the market. So Asia will carry over into London and New York, but after it resets at 5 p.m. tonight.
Oh, it does reset. Okay.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. That is how. Yeah, that's right. That's how Tradevate does it.
So at 6 o'clock, it'll be 0
right.
P&L. All right. Yeah, that's correct. Because when we trade at night, if we have a negative balance closing out at night,
yeah,
it limits us what we can do the morning. Right.
Right. Right.
I think I'm gonna go take care of myself for a second, fellas. So I'm gonna jump off, man.
All right. Feel better.
Okay. Be careful with what you guys do for the rest of the day. You know.
All right.
Is everybody up? Is everybody up?
I'm up like 190 on my XAU and 305 on the futures.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I'm up. What am I up? I'm up 260.
What about you, Rock?
I made about 12 pips.
Okay.
Yeah.
On futures?
No, on
XAU.
spot.
Rock be trading that spot, boy. You did more than I did today. I didn't even really trade it.
He ain't even want to give us the number, man. He just said 12 pips. He ain't want to tell us he got 1,000 in there.
All right, fellas.
All right.
See you.
All right.
See you, Tono. Bye.
Rock, let us get along, man.
What's that?
Let us get along, bro. You got 12 pips on us, man.
Tradevate likes to log me out every once in a while. The other day it did it in the middle of a trade. Oh, that was stressful.
I just removed the hedge. Let's hope it actually does something. It's just such a pain in the ass, removing the hedge, putting it back on.
I know.
Yeah.
You can rest assured you're going to lose a little something. But here's what I learned. It's worth losing a little something to get out that thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, hedging for me took a while for me to get my head around it the right way. Not that it was hard. I mean, yes, it's hard to wiggle in and out of a hedge. That remains challenging for me too. But just conceptually getting my head around it in the sense that, okay, when you think about Tono, he gets himself into a hedge maybe once a week, maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
I was getting myself into, if I was trading that day, I would inevitably, I'd end up in a hedge that day almost all the time.
Well, that's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm making the pips, but I'm creating a hedge that comes to pretty much the same number of pips.
Right. And so your equity decreases as much as your profit increased or whatever. And so you end up jamming up your accounts.
Exactly.
What you saying is normal learning trading, because y'all sound exactly like me. It's exactly how it was. It wasn't until I started seeing, the more that I traded, you start understanding the way the market just moves. To me, that's the only thing prevented me getting in hedges, because I'm kind of like what Mike just said. I may get in one, maybe two hedges a week at this point,
Oh, wow.
But it's strictly sitting in front of this computer every day. I mean, he's taught us everything that you need to know, but it doesn't click and come to you until it clicks and come to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It really worked that way for me. I mean, I'm like doing the same thing every day. Like, what is the deal?
Yeah. And so you start realizing that, okay, a hedge is really just, it's simply a way to avoid taking the loss.
Exactly.
But otherwise, you kind of have to think of it like, okay, if I'm getting myself into 3 hedges a day, if I weren't hedging, that's three losses a day. And maybe if I were using a stop loss instead of hedging, I wouldn't think I'm up 12 pips today, or I wouldn't think I'm up 3 pips today. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm at break even, or
Yeah. No, I can do the stop loss, but I'm worried that it may not, sometimes it doesn't range that much.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't get to that number, that stop loss don't matter.
Right.
It may get to that number the next day, though.
I basically was just overthinking it, man. It's as simple as you knowing how to finagle your way out of it. Just get out of it. However you know to get out of it, man. That's basically what it came down to. And holding is your friend, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is your friend.
If your account can support it.
Right. And what'll get me in trouble a lot of times is what Mike just said, if your account can support it. I have 2 or 3 trades running because I'm thinking it's finna come back up, or it's finna go back in my direction, and then the market drops on me, and now I'm in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Chasing 2 pips.
Yeah.
Revenge trading.
What would happen to me all the time is, I'd have, 4 hedges running, and then it would be so tight that I would be like, oh crap, okay, now I don't have any margin, any room to wiggle. All I can do is sit here and try to time it almost perfectly so I can get out, hopefully not have to get back in, because shit, if I have to stretch it out a little bit more, then I'm really in trouble.
And you want to know what you're saying right there is perfect prime example. Here's what I learned. You just hold and let the market bring you back, and you can get out of that. You don't need to try to trade out of it. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's when markets go against you and you wind up losing more money. You already got it in there. So let that market bring you out. Just don't even try to place another trade. Just get out of your hedges, because that is gaining money too, when you're getting out of your hedges.
Even I remember when I was trading last year, gold was at 23.23. If someone decided to hold a trade at that level, they suffered. Their account was probably blown out. So that's what I'm trying to say. If that wasn't hedged, then look at where we're at now.
Right.
We're 1,000 pips above that.
Agreed. So that's when if you're hedged 10 pips away, that's when you delete that. Once you see you in another stratosphere, okay, that's over with. You gonna take that $400 loss, but you're 10 pips away. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you stretched out 30 pips away, then that's when you're having a problem.
Yep. 30 pips is,
And I've been there. I know about 30 pips. I've been there 1,000 times. See, what happens to me is I keep moving the hedge, trying to get out, and then the market keep going against you every time you take your hedge off, Like that actually happened to me today. I took the hedge off, forgot I took it off. I was 10 pips away. Now I wind up being all the way down here, So I need for that sucker to come on back up the daily pivot so I can have a decent hedge, because I'm in at 67 and I put my hedge in at 54.
This is the first time in my life that I've removed a hedge and gold has moved to a point where I can create a tighter hedge if necessary. This is the first time ever.
Hey, I understand. And look at it going. I took my hedge off and it's turning around, going back against me almost.
Hedging is very tricky, figuring out when to get out. Right now, like Rock said, he's in a position where he could put his hedge, tighter. So let's say he puts his hedge tighter right now, but then it keeps going up. And he's like, oh shit, now I'm stuck in between the hedges.
Right.
It's an art. And I made the mistake, I think, and maybe in hindsight, I think it was a mistake of, Tono wanted me to use a stop loss, and I knew that he hedged because we had had this conversation before. And I said, no, I just teach me how to hedge right out of the gate. I don't want to, I want to trade the way you trade. And I think I would have blown fewer accounts, lost less money if I had started learning with a stop loss. Yeah. And then got into hedging, after a year or two or something.
I'm gonna tell you something. I felt the same way after about two or 3 years. I felt like you just said right there. But I'm gonna tell you, I was overcomplicating the deal the whole while. It was me overcomplicating it. But that once I see other people trading and do stop loss, it's like, man, this would have been simpler. Because what happens is it's best if you just get out of that trade with a $200 loss versus this hedging. Then now you done lost $1,200 in the end because it's about to blow your account.
Yeah.
But once you learn how to do it, it is better. I'm gonna tell you one thing I regret doing is starting out. Man, I was throwing $10,000. I was every other month. I was throwing 10 grand in here. Opening up a $10,000 account. I wish I would have just did $2,000 accounts with $4 or $5 pips.
Yeah,
I would have saved myself probably a $250,000. I done lost.
Jesus Christ! Whoa. Yeah. Sorry, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I done lost well over $100,000, Lenny.
Yeah.
But I believed in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also you want to trade an amount of money where the winnings are going to make a difference to you. But at the same time, if you're trading an amount where the winnings are going to make a difference to you, if you lose it all, it makes a difference to you too, in a bad way. And that's all, it's kind of a psychological trap that, on one hand, how motivating is it to make $1 every, I ended the day, I had a great day, I made $12. That doesn't feel great. And you also don't get it doesn't really test your psychology either if a loss isn't a little bit painful. So it's a double-sided edge there.
Wow, I can't believe it. It's actually moving in my direction. That's never
awesome.
happened. I made 15 pips, and if I closed everything right, closed this trade right now, I'd still be 3 pips up for the day. That's so sad.
That's great. And you know what? In hindsight, if it were me, that might be the best thing you can do, because you're still up for the day. Right. And you've cleared a trade off your board, which is a win, especially
which hedges. Gives me a little bit of space.
Yeah, and it frees up margin, which allows you to place more trades.
Yeah.
Also, notice what it did. It came down and it bounced right off the MPP, and the fact that the WPP was right there as well. With that confluence between those two pivots, And I'm not here yet, but I can see that this is kind of the next thing for me, is feeling confident enough that when it hits the MPP and I see it start going the other way, especially if there's a confluence of another pivot there, and then just taking the buy and feeling confident there, even if it had been coming down.
Man, I have a lot of learning to do. Like when I see your charts, Mike, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like for me, if I was going more by the charts than blind, I think I would be a little bit better at trading. You know.
Well,
So
yeah,
what chart? You're not using charts? What are you saying?
I'm not.
he's using MT4, but he's not using TradingView much. Am I right?
I'm not rating FX Trend or TradingView or anything.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah,
you do have your pivots, right? You do what? Look at your pivots, right? Your daily
Yeah,
pivots.
that I can see on the MT4.
Okay. Well, you trading pretty much like me,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
off of pivots.
What I'm saying is, I don't think it's a smart thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I ain't gonna lie, Rock.
I appreciate that, Amen.
Yeah, I feel your pain and your frustration, and when you are kind of starting out, everything you saying, man, you sound identical to me, bro. Every word you saying, bro. That's why I know. But the more that you get up every day and do this, you're gonna find out that you have enough right in front of you to be successful. Because that's all I have. I just have the 3 charts: daily, weekly, and monthly. And then I have what's that, the Renko and what you call the other 2 charts, Mike? I know you know better than me.
The Hakanashis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, it looks like it might get you out.
I don't think it's going to get me out because I'm 9 pips away. But you know, the tighter it gets,
you know, could come back up to the daily pivot, which is, let's see,
52.
52, yeah, 50, almost 53.
53. If it gets up there, I'll close it out. I'll take that little bit of a loss on that trade. Where was this from? Oh yeah, I mean this was at 54. So shit, yeah. They ain't coming back to that. Look at it.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah.
Started coming down, came down from here, which is at 57. Yeah, maybe up to the day, maybe up to this resistance right here at 51, 52.
51, 52. Okay. Hey, that's still pretty good.
We'll see. It might peter out before then.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, right? Might be petering out. Close to now. If it gains some more momentum from here, but otherwise it might be petering out.
Yeah, it looks like it going down.
But we're above the DM2. So if you set a new hedge.
Yeah, I can set a hedge
just
now.
Below the DM2, yeah. Set it just, you like enter it now?
What's that? I did. I created a hedge that was a lot tighter. So
yeah. So you did, when you say you created a hedge, did you just hit sell and you're in it now?
Yeah.
So what I try to do, because right now you have it's possible that it's going to continue up.
Right. Yeah, right? It is possible. That is one of the problems.
Right.
Yes, it is possible. And
so
yeah, go ahead.
What I would do is instead of like getting into the sell like you did just now, I would set a pending hedge, a pending sell at 33.41, which is 1 pip below the DM2.
Okay.
So price will come down, and because the DM2 is there, it could stop there and then not trigger your hedge, and it might then continue up from there.
Oh Jesus, yeah. I mean, well, okay, yeah, because it just got even better for me. Like, had I not set up that stupid hedge.
Right.
Because it's now 6 pips away.
6 pips away from the hedge 6 pips away from your top one, right?
Yeah. So if it gets there, I'll close it out. I mean, I'll close that, Do you know what I mean?
If it gets there, you'll close the top one, but then you'll still be in the bottom one, right?
Yeah, I'll still have the bottom one open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I see what you mean. So set up what is it? A hedge pending, right?
A pending hedge. You know how to do that?
Yeah, pretty sure. You just modify the order on. I can do that on the phone, or
Well,
right click.
Yeah. Let's see. If you do it on MT4 on your phone, so you're on your trade, or you're on the panel where you place the trade, right? You click that plus button, so it opens up your.
Oh, you're talking about the phone now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I'm on the laptop. Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Okay. The plus button. Got it.
The plus. Okay. So then it goes to the panel, and you see the bid and the ask, and you see where at the top it says market execution.
Yep.
Okay, well, first of all, make sure right above market execution, you're set to XAU USD and not some other currency.
Yeah, it says spot gold versus US dollar. Yeah.
Okay, so click market execution.
Yep.
And then click sell stop.
Sell stop.
Yep. So that's a pending sell order, and then the price you would put in 33.41.
Right.
And then place, and then that would not enter you into the sell until price hits 33.41.
Got it. I'm not gonna do it now because
yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so was that that was sell limit or sell
stop? Sell
stop. Okay. Yeah.
So the way to think about that is what a sell limit would do is you place that above where price currently is. So if you want price to get up to let's say the daily pivot, and you want to sell automatically when it hits the daily pivot, you would put in a sell limit above where price currently is. If you want to sell below where price currently is, that's a sell stop.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And the opposite obviously is true. If you want to buy above where price is, that's a buy stop. And if you want to buy below where price is, that's a buy limit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because it's just sell stop, sell limit, it's gonna take a minute for me to wrap my head around it.
Yeah. And if you want to set a time and come up here sometime and sit around and go over some stuff, I'm around.
Cool. I'm gonna try and come up with something for next week, if that's okay. If you're so I'm gonna try and remove this hedge because it's again coming to the bottom end of the hedge.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and remove that hedge and do that market execution thing on my phone.
Okay.
If it gets to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Yesterday I made, I'm gonna say 24, 25 pips, and I pretty much gave it all away. Maybe
in hedges or
in hedges. I closed 2 hedges.
Yeah.
Because I created so I would rather not do that. I'm gonna add some more money so it gives me a little more leeway.
Yeah.
It's incredible how it changed for me when I went from $1 lot size to $10 lot size.
How it changed for you psychologically?
Psychologically, because with the dollar lot size, I was never really that worried about blowing my account. So I was just a lot more cavalier. And then there were times I was just, nothing was open, everything was closed. And no matter how much something went south for me, I didn't feel the need to hedge because I knew that there was enough room.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I think E-Man left.
Oh, E-Man left?
Yep.
Damn it, E-Man. I love it. He's the expert. Who knew?
He's a funny guy.
Yeah. He is a
All
funny
right, I think I'm gonna call it for myself.
Cool.
I think that's about all it's gonna do for me. I'm up, so I'm gonna stay that way.
Hey, I'm glad you're up, man. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't be on tomorrow morning, but we'll talk Thursday about me coming up to you if possible.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Have a good one. See
Thank you. You as well.
Bye-bye. All right, YouTube. That is the session for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.